Hi, I'm Kruno. Thanks for watching EPLAN Essentials. Have you ever used EPLAN Pro Panel and wondered if there is a filter for cross-sections, colors, or potentials? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to easily use the connection filter functionality in Pro Panel. Alright, before we will talk about connection filters, let's take a look what is necessary in Pro Panel to get the process wiring functionality going. You need two things. First, you need the source and target information placed in the same layout space. Second, you need the connection information in the project. This comes usually from the schematic. Here you're placing the source and target information as well as the color and cross-section information. If you have those two things set, you can select a component and use the route functionality. The route functionality works as follows by default. The shortest possible path between source and target is selected and the wires are routed through, unless you define a connection filter. First of all, let's talk about what type of properties can we use as connection filters. The properties can be found under File, Settings, Project Name, Routing Connections, General, Connection Filter. Under Selected Connection property, you can select between connection color, cross-section, and potential value. This should be usually sufficient for you. If not, you have 1000 supplementary fields to choose from. If you are a beginner, I'll maybe recommend you to use color or cross-section. In today's example, I will use potential value. Here, after you have selected the connection properties, you can select the values you would like to filter by. Those values can be entered manually. What is very important, those values need to be exact, the values from the properties. Alright, now that we know what type of properties we can use for connection filter, let's take a look how to assign connection filter. In today's example, I would like to split the potential and use on the left side only the L potential and on the right side the N and PE. That means my goal is to take the black wire and route it through this wire duct. This can be usually very easily selected by the connection filter functionality. For this, you only select wire duct, go to the property connection filter. By default, it should be deactivated. So now we are activating it and only selecting the value which we would like to use. As mentioned, I would like to use the L value. We are now going on this wire duct and doing the same thing, activating the connection filter, but in this case I'm using the N and ground value. That's already all for assigning connection filter. In the next step, I'm gonna route again and see how it affected my wiring of this plug. This is the route functionality, and as you can see, the black wire cannot go anymore through this wire duct, but have to choose this wire duct. That's how you use the connection filter functionality in Pro Panel. If you want to try the connection filter, I will definitely recommend you to use the routing path view at the beginning. The routing path view can be found under View Routing Path View. Now you can see in yellow where the routing paths are allowed, so wires can be installed. In conjunction with the connection filter, you could activate those now and see how the coloring change. That means where will the wiring be allowed. With this, you are testing if your filters work properly. So let's take a look if we activate now the L potential, for instance. As you see, the right side disappears. Right, that means in this case for L potential, all wire ducts which don't have a connection filter are assigned, and all wire ducts which have the L filter assigned are available, but not wire ducts which have a different connection filter than L assigned. Same thing would work if I instead of L select the N or the ground filter. But in this case, it switched the sides. That means on the right side, the N and ground are allowed. On the left side, they are not. This wraps up today's EPLAN Essentials video. If you found it useful, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it in your community. Until the next time, Uncle Kruno signed out.